What's going on, everybody? Today, oh, mother, what?
Is my foot in the shot?
When you do that, here, let's. Sorry, guys. My wife has decided that she wants to put her foot in frame. Why are you doing that? All right. So I was gonna do a video today, like another haul, but I kept flipping through this free thing, and it kept making me mad. What?
Nothing.
Oh, so I kind of want to not bitch about it, but I'm gonna kind of vent about it. This is the free Marvel Universe magazine thing you get, and there's the Marvel cake, with like such classic Marvel characters as the Kamala Khan Miss Marvel, Squirrel Girl, Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, all sorts of stuff. And, Spider-Gwen. I forgot about Spider-Gwen, or Ghost Spider. Are we calling her Ghost Spider now? Is that okay? Are we allowed to do that? And the Human Torch is there to light the candle, because he's fire. But, like, they didn't even give a big enough crap about him to put his whole body in the shot. So, like, half of his body and his head are not in this. So that's cool. But, we got Squirrel Girl's squirrel friend in there, too. So, whatever. I mean, I'm not mad. Honestly, I think Spider-Gwen's costume is freaking awesome. Like, I don't think it's very practical to have, like, a big hood like that. But if Moon Knight could do it, whatevs. And Miles Morales, his costume's great. I know that they just changed the Kamala Khan Miss Marvel costume, but is that like a forever change, or is that just a change for like a couple issues? Okay, so anyway, so the cover was irritating. But we get right into this 80 years of Marvel. And it's like, hello, true believers. And I'm like, oh, Stan Lee. No, of course Stan Lee didn't write it. He did. It's C.B. Cebulski. Now, this might be a bit trite of me, but for how much Marvel doesn't really care about Marvel history, it really pisses me off that C.B. Cebulski is using Stan Lee lingo. I don't know why that makes me, like, it doesn't make me mad, but I don't like it, And it's like, oh yeah, it all started in 1939 with the original Human Torch, so we're going to gear up for our 81st year, and this is going to be the best crap ever in the world. It's going to be so exciting that we're even going to have non-comic book creator J.J. Abrams and his son, and Sarah Pichelli, whose artwork I think is freaking awful. And I know a lot of people like her, so whatever. And see all this as you read and flip through the pages that will be part of the next era of Marvel history, which is the only era anybody cares about at that company. Make mine Marvel for another 80 years. And some of you might be going, well, Marvel doesn't hate its own history, blah, 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 blah. The second paragraph is about Jonathan Hickman's reimagining of the X-Men. So, yeah. For those of you who disagree, and I've heard many awesome things about Hickman's X-Men, and from what I've seen, I haven't really I mean, obviously I haven't read any of it, but some of the stuff I've seen from other people doing videos, I know some people are like annoyed that the books are as expensive as they are, and there's so many pages that don't have any artwork on them. It's just like a blank page with like a couple words on it, or a page with timeline stuff on it. And honestly, one of the things that I think kind of ruined comics because it took the stakes out of a lot of things is having multiple universes and multiple timelines, because then anyone can just go, oh, well, this timeline doesn't matter, or we'll just pull this person from this timeline, and da 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 da. Oh, we killed this guy? It's okay, we're going to pull him from this timeline, and everything will be fine within 4 issues. I think it's just kind of cheap, but I really do like the layouts of the Hickman books so far. So that's that. And again, I want you to look at that picture of Jonathan Hickman. Not again. This is the first. It's again for me because I've been saying this over and over as I've been going through it. So there's a picture of Jonathan Hickman looking deep in thought as he's trying to come up with a way to make this reimagining of X-Men not suck balls. And apparently he's doing an okay job of that, from what I hear. But let's see. Who else do we got writing this? We got Teenie Howard with a picture in her backyard. And it's like someone was taking her picture and they're like, smile. And she's like, okay. And then she just noticed that her dog pissed on like the front tire of her car. And so she's like looking over like, oh. So like she's right about to explode, like yell at her dog, like, get your butt back in the house, you little jerk. So yeah, that's not a great picture. Man, that's too bad. I thought, is this just, this is Champions Volume 1. Okay. So that's just an ad for, never mind, guys. What do we got here? Oh, this is another of the Marauders. Is it Jerry Duggan? Jerry Duggan. There we go. Boom. And he's like, yeah, what's up? Look, I write comic books, whatever. Then we got the New Mutants. Who we got? Ed Brisson. He looks pretty serious. He looks like he's got some stuff on his mind there. And there is a reason why I'm showing you these pictures. And then we got the Fallen Angels. Who's doing that? Brian Hill. Looking cool, looking serious. Because he's taking this seriously. What do we got next? X-Force. Benjamin Percy. Maybe in his back garden, but he's looking serious. He's got something to do. He's got a story to tell. Let's see. Then we got Rainbow Rowell talking about the Runaways, because that's interesting. But I'll give it to her. She doesn't look like a complete jackass in her picture. It looks like a typical author photo. And because she is an author, she's probably had to do quite a few author photos. So she probably knows how to play the game. So good for her. This makes me sick that they're doing Marvel Comics 1001, because I guess that quick cash grab was supposed to turn into a cash cow. So that kind of sucks. And I'll talk about that at a later time probably. And then what do we have here? We got Jodie Hauser talking Black Widow. Let's see. What does she look like? She looks happy. That's fine. I like people looking happy. They're doing the coolest job in the world, and they're stoked. So, who do we got next? We got Alyssa Wong and Danny Koo for Future Fight. They look awesome. She's like, yep, I'm writing a book. And he's like, Look at me, I'm happy, and guess what? I'm a fan, I'm behind all this, or I'm in front of all this artwork, blah, blah, blah. Good stuff. I approve. And then we got Spirits of Vengeance with Ed Brisson. We already saw that picture of him looking really serious, kind of to the point where he might have children buried in his basement. And then we got this Young Guns thing where it's showing all these up-and-comers. And they all look serious or they look happy. And those are two acceptable forms of looks that creators should have. And then we got Leah Williams doing the amazing Mary Jane. And she looks serious. Almost severe. And that's okay. That's a fine look. Girls might pick this up, little girls, and go, and then see, oh, this person looks cool as shit. And they're writing a comic book? Oh, I could write a comic book. That's cool. That's exactly what they're supposed to do. That's exactly what they're supposed to look like. And you might be thinking, wow, this better have a really good payoff because you're really milking this. And then we got Kelly Thompson doing Deadpool. You know, it is what it is. She looks happy. That could be a smile, maybe. I'm really not looking forward to that. I noticed that when I don't look forward to things and they let me down because they're crap or whatever, it doesn't bother me as much. But when I don't look forward to things and they end up being kind of okay, that's like a big win. And I'm like, oh my god, this is awesome. It's sad that I've had to lower my standards in order to do that. Now, this is what I wanted to get at. And this might be why this is on the last interior page of this magazine. We have Sheenan Maguire doing Ghost Spider, which I guess is what we're calling that now. Is she going to be happy? Is she going to look serious? Or is she going to look like suicide is the only option? What the hell is this a picture of? That is the most miserable looking person in the freaking planet. And I like how the editors thought, hey, maybe we can like kind of throw in something. Let's say, don't worry as the first word in the first paragraph. Maybe that will subconsciously draw some attention away from the fact that she looks like she's either getting scolded by her parents or deciding on what's the best way to do herself in. This is a horrible picture. You look miserable. If some kid were to pick this up and go, oh man, writing for comics is probably awesome. Oh. Maybe it's hell. Maybe it's hell on earth. That's awful. First thing she says, I absolutely love the fact that she's still the spider. She doesn't look like she absolutely loves anything. And I'm not trying to get on people, but the whole reason why Marvel puts stuff in here of the creators is to get people excited about it. And when you have that miserable looking like, oh, I'm out of my antidepressants, I'm just going to sit here until I wither away. Look, that is not a good look. But like they used to have these magazines and comics, Wizard and stuff, where they would do like full on like interviews and photo shoots with creators, and it made them look like larger than life people, and it made them look like, it's kind of like that whole thing. This has nothing to do with anything really. But I always thought Lemmy from Motorhead was like a god, a giant, a monster. Um, if you guys know who Lemmy is, if you don't know who Lemmy is, Google it real quick. But I just always thought of him being this like monster person. Then I met him, and he barely came up to my shoulder. And it was the biggest letdown in the world. Like, I don't even remember saying anything because I was in such shock that he wasn't 15 feet tall, you know? Um, with that being said, I guess lowering people's expectations. Now, if you see this person at a comic convention with a smile on their face, um, or not laying down on a table, you might go, fuck, that's pretty awesome. They're not like a weird corpse. So, anyway, that's just what I wanted to talk about. That just bothered me. So, and I'm not just picking on that person, I'm talking about like everybody. Like, you're doing one of the coolest jobs in the world. So, whether you're getting paid a crap ton or you're not getting paid anything, like, if you're going to be an ambassador for that character, you need to make that character seem like you working with that character is the most exciting thing that's ever happened on the history of the planet. Or you at least have to be extremely serious to the point where people are afraid to be around you, or be around your brain. So, we will see you later. Let me know down below what you think.